Hi, this is Shannon from SIS, the number 4 teachers.org. We're so excited that you've joined us today for a tutorial video on how to bring story problems to life in early childhood. We're going to be working with a variety of mats in this early childhood series for how to bring math to life. A lot of students hear things in abstract ways within numbers, but it's important to put real life situations in. And so in our featured My Word Problem Story mat today, we're going to be featuring the In the Tree stories that might go along with our tree that we have pictured here. Students will be using concrete, pictorial, and if they're able, abstract means to help them to be able to implement using the mat in a proper way. At the bottom of each of our mats, we have something called a quick draw. It's hard sometimes in math because we're telling children, my hair isn't blue, it's brown. Can you fill up the whole white space? But then we say something different in math, like, can you just draw it quick and kind of put a ring around it? So X's or tally marks or dots, they don't have to draw out, beautiful birds with fluffy feathers on them. We have a variety of different problems that we have for you that you can use as samples. Certainly on here I've kind of used, we or there. I haven't really used a lot of personal words, so you might want to change out the characters in stories to be your child's name or students in your classroom, your teacher, maybe even your principal. We've done different kinds of quantities in here, but you can always feel free to change the numbers that we have. The sample story problems just kind of give you a basis to go off of. Looking at problem number 1, 2, and 3 on this particular sample, these are all going to be working on part-whole addition problems for students to do a part and then to figure out the total. They might use counters, they might use pennies, even cereal, anything they can do to put on the tree to visualize the auditory story problem that they're hearing, processing it, and kind of what we call act it out on our tree. Number 4 and number 5 in this example are subtraction problems where they're given the total and some fly away or some leave and they're subtracting to find how many are left. You also can use lots of different direction words. You might put something, there were 5 apples under the tree or at the top of the tree, as you want students to kind of develop this idea of hearing the story and acting it out. Number 6 and 7 on this example are going to be missing add-ins. They're going to be given a total and then a part, and the child has to figure out the other part. So again, acting this out on the mat will help students to do it, especially if you're doing different colors. So there's 7 caterpillars in the tree, 3 of them are in the cocoon. Maybe those 3 could be one color, and the caterpillars that are not in the cocoon could be another color. Number 8, 9, and 10 are designated as challenge questions. These questions help students to think a little bit beyond just 2 birds flew in the tree and 3 more joined. It gets them to have some higher order thinking, like we saw a nest in the tree. There were 4 baby birds in the nest. If each baby bird has 2 wings, how many wings do we see altogether? This concept really helps kids to kind of think a little bit more. They might have to use their counters on the mat a little bit differently as they act this problem out and think it through. I'm going to show you an example here on how we might answer a story problem. One of the story problems that I'm going to read is that maybe we looked out in the tree on a sunny afternoon and we saw 2 red robins. Then 3 blue jays flew in to join them. How many birds are now in the tree? I'm going to use the counters here, but students could use a variety of different things. I'm going to take my 2 red robins and put them into the tree. Now I'm going to add my 3 blue jays into the tree. So I can see now that I have 5 birds all together. Getting kids to do a quick draw could be something as simple as making an X maybe that represents that might be 1 bird. Here's another bird. Here's our 3rd bird, 4th bird, and our fifth bird. Kids might want to do tallies, they might want to do circles. Some kids might even want to do a circle with a little beak to make it represent birds, a little bit more. It does not have to be anything fancy. The idea of the quick draw is that X is going to represent a bird. Of course, if you had crayons and you wanted kids to do that, you could with different colors. In case of students being ready to either do a number bond or a number sentence, they can certainly write that out. So if I wrote out, I had 2 red robins and I added it to 3 blue jays, how many total birds do I have all together? I know that if I count all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 5 all together. Students can also do a number bond if they wanted to. So the two parts are 2 and 3, and the total at the top would be 5. This would kind of look like what a completed map might look like. Obviously, as you make these problems more complex, they might look differently as they go, but they're a really great way to get kids to do it concretely, which you see with the concrete objects, pictorially, a picture to represent those, and then even a number sentence that's showing it abstractly as we're looking at it. We hope that you found our video useful to help you to bring real life stories in math for your students in your classroom or even at home using our my work word problem story mat with using it in the tree. We'll have other examples that you can access on our website at SIS4teachers.org. You also can join us on any of our Facebook channels from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, all at the handle at SIS4Teachers. Thanks so much for joining us.